Hey everybody, it's Janelle from the Boys and Girls Club. For this activity today, we're going to design something that's inspired by a process called Zentangle. Zentangle is a method that was created by a couple, Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas, and it has some very specific steps to it. So if you're interested in finding out more about their method, you can click on the link below. But for today's activity, we're going to use the Zentangle method as inspiration. I did find this activity on Pinterest, and I put that link below as well if you'd like a little bit more information and some written out step-by-step instructions. It also has ideas for various patterns that you can use, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Back to the Zentangle. So the Zentangle is a way of doodling that is structured. It's relaxing, it's fun, and it's a way to create beautiful images by using structured designs. What's really cool about this project is that you don't need very much to do this at all right? What you're going to need is just a plain piece of paper, something to draw with. I like using Sharpies, as you know by now, but you can use a pen. Pencils would work, but I don't think they would work as well. And then you need something where you can create a perfectly round circle. I'm going to use this roll of tape, but you could use a cup or the bottom of a bowl, anything where you're able to draw perfectly round circles. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to reposition my camera, and I'm going to show you the first step to this really, really cool process. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take whatever you're using to create your circles, and you're going to start to draw your circles. Now, you make your first one. I just used the inside of my piece of tape. And then you are going to continue to draw multiple circles, but you're going to overlap them so that you create almost like a Venn diagram, a space in between. Your circles don't have to be perfect, so I wouldn't get too caught up in this part of the process. But like I said, you have to make sure that your circles overlap to create these spaces in between. I'm going to work for just a few more minutes to create my full page, and I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, so as you can see, I put all of my circles, I covered the entire page. You don't have to use a paper this big. I just, it's what I decided to use. It does take time to create one of these, so if you're just in an experimenting phase, you might want to start with a smaller piece of paper. So as you can see, I kind of got ahead of myself and I started to fill in the Zentangle. What I did was gave a pattern. I started with kind of a checkerboard pattern in here. I did some stripes in this section. In this section you can just see some kind of squiggly lines. I did some polka dots, some more jagged lines. But this is the part where you can kind of have some fun and be free and fill in each of the spaces with something different. In the link below to the Pinterest article, you'll find a whole series of patterns that you can use for inspiration if you're having trouble coming up with your own. She suggests going in between kind of light and dark patterns to give some variation to the piece. But I'm going to keep at it. I'm not sure if I'll finish the whole thing today, but I'm going to work on it for a little while, and when I come back, I'll show you what I came up with. Okay, change of plans. I decided to actually show you my next pattern so that you can get an idea for how I do this, or for how you can do this. Alright, so I'm going to pick this space over here, something that you can see. Alright, I'm just going to work on this little space in here, and what I'm going to do is a zigzag pattern. Now, one thing is you can get caught up in trying to be perfect in this activity, and I think sometimes you're gonna maybe make mistakes, but I always say that within art there aren't really any mistakes. It's just an opportunity to turn it into something different. So I don't love the way that zigzag pattern looks, but I have a feeling once I start to fill in all of the spaces around, it'll just kind of be part of the bigger picture. All right, so now this time for real, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna work on it, and I'll be back to show you what I came up with. So I have been sitting here working on this design for probably about 25 minutes or so, maybe 30, and I'm still not close to being finished, but I will show you what I have so far. It's turning out to look really cool. I think what's nice about an activity like this is that you can start it and stop it and then go back to it whenever you feel like it. It's something that you can just kind of work on over time. So I hope you enjoy the activity. Click on the links below for more information. We'll see you next time.